edition of Business Opportunity Over Chai webinar series, a platform through which we represent all the potential brands which are associated with Franchise India, and we also give you a chance to select out of those. We welcome our panelist, respected Gaurav sir, who is the chairman of Franchise India Group, and Sonia ma'am, who is the MD of FIPL. We also welcome brand of the day, Clear Deco. I welcome Saurabh Dayal, who is the co-founder of this particular brand. Clear Deco, India's leading eyewear brand, having presence in 13 cities and 7 states. They are already operational with 55 stores live and counting going on. With this introduction, I invite Saurabh to take it further. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Archana. So before we actually begin, I just want to wish everyone safe at their home. So to start with, let me just start with some statistics. Around 250 million people in India don't have access to affordable eyeglasses. How Clear Deco is successfully build a franchisee model around it is what I'm going to share today. Okay, so around 550 million people in India require eyeglasses, and out of which the Indian retail optical market is only able to serve 300 million. Rest 250 million people don't have access to affordable. Problem hai kya? First and the biggest problem is poor accessibility. Poor accessibility means कि आसपास कोई अच्छा and standardized optical store ही नहीं है. So let's say if we talk about tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 cities, a person has to travel around 20, 30, 40 kilometers to find a good quality optical store. Now, since these are daily wage earners, they don't want to compromise on their daily wages. So they continue doing their work and ignore the eyesight problem and visit a doctor on the productivity and the impact on the Indian economy. So around 250 million people, मतलब 25 करोड़ लोग जिनकी आंखें खराब है, वो अभी भी it is impacting Indian productivity and obviously the economy. Second most important reason for this problem is कि even if they are able to find a optical shop, it is obviously non-standardized. वहाँ पे eye testing equipments नहीं है. It is not hygienic. जो product की quality है, that is not up to the mark. There's a lot of disparity of price of a similar product, which means कि अगर आप एक bike में जा रहे हो तो same product आपको वो let's say 500 रुपए का देगा, और अगर आप एक car में जा रहे हो तो same product will be sold to you at let's say 1000 rupees. So it is highly unorganized, non-standardized and inconsistent product and service to the customer, which is given at these unorganized market. And I'm talking about these 1 lakh optical stores, which is ruled by Gupta and Sharma of the world. So that is how unorganized Indian optical retail market is. Now, if I move to the next slide, what is the solution? The solution is very simple. Solution is obviously Clear Deco. How we are able to solve this problem or bridge this demand supply gap is by providing a super affordable, good quality product जो हम 500 रुपए में पूरा चश्मा बना के दे रहे हैं. So when I say पूरा चश्मा, I mean हम लेंस, एंटी ग्लेयर लेंस और फ्रेम, एक गुड क्वालिटी फ्रेम हम 500 रुपए में बना के दे देते हैं, as compared to a lot of other players, organized players in the market who are giving the same stuff at and charging a premium. The other is obviously we are increasing the accessibility by having a omni-channel platform. One is obviously online, जो हमारा एक optical marketplace है, and the other is the offline, which is the focus of today, जिसके बारे में हम franchisee opportunity discuss करेंगे. So we have, as already mentioned, we have around 55 stores in India right now. All of them are a franchisee model outlets. So this is how we are increasing accessibility. Now moving to the next slide, if I talk about the team, I am Saurabh, and I started this company with my partner Shivi around 3.5 years back. I come with a tech, marketing and sales background. I've worked with Paytm, Wipro and HCL for almost 8 years, and then decided to start Clear Deco. My partner, he comes from banking background, and Bobby Parker. Bobby Parker is a billion-dollar organization in the optical space in US. So he brings in a lot of rich optical experience. He has worked in Bobby Parker for almost 4 years, and both of us thought of starting Clear Deco. and this is where we are. Now, if I talk about our vision, we want to become India's 100 stores. And by December 2022, we want to reach 300 franchisee-owned stores. Talking about our presence, we are already present in 7 states and more than 13 cities. We currently have 55 outlets, and we have very aggressive expansion plans across India. If I talk about the investment model, 11.5 लाख रुपए का investment amount है, जिसमें the bifurcation is there on the screen. We have a franchisee fees of 1.2 lakh. Then there is a cost on furnishing, eye testing equipment, hardware, software. Then there is stock which includes eyeglasses, sunglasses, and contact lenses. Cumulative, it amounts to 11.5 lakh of rupees. And what we deliver is हम पूरा स्टोर आपको बना के दे देते हैं in a matter of just 20 days, 20-25 days में पूरा स्टोर बना के देते हैं. We go live, and मतलब सुबह दुकान खोलने से लेकर रात को लॉजिस्टिक्स, customer handling, sales, marketing, fitting, operations, everything is being done by Clear Dekho. So if I talk about specifically manpower को train करना, manpower की hiring करना, marketing करना, branding activities करना, we do a lot of online and offline marketing activities. If I talk about the furnishing, the store is entirely modular, so that is why it is highly customizable and easy to build. That is why it takes lesser time. Let's say investor is based out of Patna and he wishes to open a store in Patna. Our team will travel to Patna, find out a good location within the Patna city, which suits our business model, which suits the budget what we are looking at, and then we finalize the store, get the rent agreements done, and the fabrication of the store starts. Once the store is started, we also do a lot of store audits to ensure that there are no unethical practices happening at the store. Then we also do store maintenance. So for example, अगर कोई भी repair होना है या कुछ भी maintenance की activity होनी है, there is a weekly store to ensure that every equipment at the store is functioning properly. So we ensure that the team does that and there is no compromise on the sales. Then if I talk about retail management, the entire retail management is being done by Clear Dekho. When I say retail management, it includes, so let's say there are 5 stores, हर 5 store के ऊपर there is an area sales manager, city head, all the city heads, and the entire training, motivation, incentive, छुट्टी to the staff, all this is managed by the retail team. Now obviously आपको चश्मा बनना है, चश्मे में there is a component, there are 2 components, one is frame and the other is lenses, and also it has to be fitted. So this entire supply chain of lenses and fitting is done by us. So दुकान खुला, कस्टमर आया, कस्टमर ने ऑर्डर प्लेस किया, 48 घंटे के अंदर the order gets delivered to the customer. So this entire back-end operations and supply chain is managed by the company. We also do a monthly replenishment of stocks to ensure that there is minimum stock level which is already there at the store. The next is customer handling and management. Obviously, there are sales staff, there are qualified optometrists at every store to handle any kind of customer escalations or customer queries. So basically, end-to-end management of the entire store is being done by the Clear Dekho, and the franchisee or the investor doesn't even have to get involved in any kind of operations. His only and solely responsibility is to pay rent and electricity bill on time, and rest everything is being taken care by the company. We usually take, if I talk about the location, we prefer residential locations in tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 cities of the states, even tier 2. And we prefer residential area where the population density is pretty high. If there are grocery stores, chemists nearby, it gives an added advantage. Also, if there are eye hospitals and schools, it gives an advantage because of the footfall they have. And the shop usually we try to rent is usually varies between 15 to 25, 30,000. So we take a budgeted store and try to extract the maximum sale out of it. Objective is to keep the operational cost very less. Our optometrists are usually hired at 25,000, 20 to 25,000 per month. And in lieu of all this, Clear Dekho charges a 15% flat commission on the monthly sale. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर 2 लाख का सेल हुआ तो 15% इज 30,000 हम रख लेते हैं एंड 1,70,000 इज ट्रांसफर्ड बैक टू द फ्रेंचाइजी out of which the franchisee pays the rent, he pays the electricity bill, salaries जाता है, cost of goods sold जाता है, and then whatever is left is actually the profit of the franchisee. Moving on to the next slide, this is how the store looks. I'm sure all of you can see. It is a very well furnished, premium looking modular store. Despite the fact that we are a budget oriented store and we target the budget customers and we have budgeted products, but still the store look wise is very premium and we cater to all kinds of audience. एक रिक्शा वाला भी हमसे खरीद सकता है और एक person who drives a Mercedes, he can also come and ranges for all kind of customers. Moving on to the biggest question, that why should one invest in Clear Dekho? How are we different from other franchisee investment models? So let me answer one by one. The first and the foremost reason is that we are the only organized player operating in the budget eyewear segment. So when I say budget eyewear segment, I'm sure all of you know a lot of a few eyewear company, आप brands जानते हैं जो premium को target कर रही है. There is no player in India existing at the moment which targets the budgets. We are the only player doing that. We already have 55 stores and presence in 7 states. So we are already far ahead than anyone who's even thinking of entering into this space. So number one is this. Number two is all of us know कि आजकल Jio, Airtel and all these telecom players, it said कि right now there are 400 people transacting online and internet penetration will double in next 2 years, which means we are expecting 800 million people using digital devices, people in India. So this is the demand. So there's a huge demand in the low cost eyewear product. Now if I move to the next point, it is a very high margin product. इसमें आराम से 600, 700, 800% margin है इस product में. So we can play around with cost, we can offer huge discounting, and this model can survive in the worst of situations. Even if I talk about this COVID situation, since it predominantly comes under the essential product category, it has not very much affected the business, because चश्मा एक need based product है. अगर किसी का आँख खराब है तो उसे चश्मा लेना ही पड़ेगा. So it is irrespective of any natural calamities, it is irrespective of any competition or marketing activities. Next most important point is we are a FOCO model. So when I say FOCO model, if the investor is having his own business, he can keep doing that business. अगर आप एक salaried professional है, आप आराम से अपना 9 to 6 का job करिए. You are nowhere involved in the franchisee business. आपका सिर्फ investment and we manage the entire operations. Month end में आपको पैसा आपके account में credit हो जाता है and we run the entire show for you on your behalf. You can always choose to visit the store at your own convenience, but you are nowhere involved in operations. That is the best part, and that is one of the biggest reasons why we have been growing at an alarming rate. Plus obviously we have a very sweet spot of only 11.5 lakh rupees investment model. As all of you know that obviously since the operational cost and the capex is less, the return on investment is high for us, and obviously high margin product contributes that. As I mentioned in the initial slides, that around 250 million people don't have access to portable glasses. So this is a huge number. 25 crore लोग को अभी भी चश्मा नहीं मिला हुआ है. So just imagine the potential we have, and even if we are able to get a 5% of that, we are talking about a huge business. So just to give some numbers, 130 करोड़ जनता है इंडिया में, 1/3 of them would be wearing chashma. In fact, I see in the panelists that all of us are wearing chashma. So अगर हम 1/3 भी मान ले लोग चश्मा पहन रहे हैं और एक एवरेज कॉस्ट 500 रुपए का मान ले, we are talking about a 21,000 crore sales of chashma in a year. This is how big the market is. So just imagine the potential of this industry. Next point, it is a evergreen industry था. आज से 50 साल बाद भी चश्मा बिकेगा. There is no substitute for chashma. So this is an evergreen industry. So this is one industry जो हमेशा रहेगा and one of the most secure investment opportunity है ये. नेक्स्ट मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हर चीज Amazon फ्लिपकार्ट में बिक रहा है, सो हाउ वुड फिनिश्ड गुड? आपको ये फिनिश्ड गुड नहीं है, कोई चश्मा ओवर द काउंटर नहीं खरीद सकता है. आपको आई चेकअप कराना है, लेंस खरीदना है, उसके बाद वो फिट होना है और उसके बाद वो चश्मा में लगेगा, कस्टमर को डिलीवर होता है. ऑल दिस कैन नॉट हैपन इन अ big marketplaces like Paytm and Flipkart and Amazon of the world. They sell finished good. आपने खरीदा और 2 दिन में आपको डिलीवरी हो गया. आई चेकअप होना है, which is the biggest point, and that cannot be replicated. कोई आज ऐसा टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं है जो आपको टेस्टिंग कर सकता है. You have to physically visit a doctor or a optical store or a eye hospital. So there is no startup. So we have high marketing budgets. We do next, obviously, since we are a healthcare product, तो कस्टमर इतना ज्यादा प्राइस में नेगोशिएशन करता नहीं है. जब डॉक्टर उससे बोल देता है कि आपको ये खरीदना है, तो he understands that, he values that. हम नेगोशिएशन करते हैं एपरल में, फूड में या कोई भी नॉन एसेंशियल प्रोडक्ट कैटेगरी में. पर ये जो प्रोडक्ट कैटेगरी है, इट इज अलाइंड टू हेल्थ केयर और आंख से बड़ा कोई चीज नहीं है एक इंसान के लिए. So this negotiation which is happening or bargaining happening at the retail level, this is how Clear Dekho differentiates itself from other franchisee models. Now let me just talk about briefly about some accolades. One of the biggest is Jeff Bezos was in India in January 2020 and we were awarded as the Job Creator of the Year award by Amazon. We have won few Business Excellence Award, Best Startup Award by India Infocom, Government of India. We are back mocks and we have recently raised fund in the month of January 2020. So these are the few things. Yeah, lastly, this is how we are transforming billion eyes in India. And I'm open for any questions if anyone has.
Thank you, Saurabh. I think we value you coming on the forum and discussing the opportunity of we have at Franchise India witnessed your growth. I remember the time when you were just a startup and you started now to see moving from that humble beginning to getting to 55 stores. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
That there is no doubt that there is a huge opportunity which remains unaddressed or what partially was addressed by what we call this chashma market. You know, this chashma market in India, just for our audience to understand, there are about 2.5 lakh shops which are unorganized, and these used to be normally outside the big bus stands or railway stations and likes of them, and this continue to be there, but it's so unorganized, so much of on price points and structure, and very difficult to run that kind of a structured operation. And you coming in an organized form and transforming those markets, I think is a great idea. Also, I think what you rightly said, this whole eyewear industry is not reached the last mile. It's not reached where a larger part of the benefit can be given to, and affordability has come a little bit ahead. So earlier the issue was more affordability, that people were not able to afford even a basic eyewear. And now I think that has moved up, but our presence or our retail offering has not reached the last mile customer. So that also is a great opportunity. So I think even if you estimate to do 5,000 shops in the category you are in, there is an opportunity of doing it. And so I have a few questions on the business model, because I think your internet was not very stable, so people missed out a few things. So we'll go back to the business model. In a business model, if you can be giving more understanding of how it works. So you were saying this is a FOCO, and when it's FOCO, which means that the capital is invested by, and I'm talking more from the understanding of our audience, that investment is done by the franchisee and you run the operations, and which means that from getting the store fitted, which is the initial part, to getting the stocks moving in, getting the right manpower, training the manpower, and managing the manpower is all your responsibility. And on the sales front, you have a clear revenue share. You can actually explain the revenue share again. The cost of OPEX, the expenses of OPEX would still remain with the franchisee, which means that he still continues to pay the rent. He pays the electricity bill. He pays a little bit on maintenance. and he also pays the salaries. And you take one revenue share, which is your part of a management. So you work as like a management company and take a management fee out of the operations. Am I correct, or you want to add something in this?
You're absolutely right. For everyone's benefit, I can again give an example and explain it by it. So let's say एक दुकान है क्लियर देखो की और उसका सेल 2 लाख रुपए होता है. So 2 lakh रुपए में हमारा जो कमीशन है CD, since CD is managing the entire day-to-day operations. So again, starting from opening the store 10:30 in the morning, store opens. Can I have my video enabled? I think people are not able to see me, if that is possible. Okay, so basically सुबह 10:30 बजे, yeah, thanks. So basically सुबह 10:30 बजे दुकान खुलता है. The optometrist optometrist is a person who checks eyes. So it is a 3-year degree or a diploma course, and all our staff present at the store are qualified optometrists. So the entire hiring of that and training happens at us. Any optometrist which joins our payroll undergoes a 10 days training where he's revised all the optical concepts. He gets trained on the optical machines and how to handle customers and selling skills. All these are imparted to him in the initial 10 days of him. We are currently, out of the 55 stores we already have around 15-20 extra optometrists, so that if somebody falls ill, all my stores gets opened without any glitches. So we always have a pool of backup optoms who are sitting at office, and that is why a lot of them are able to open stores. And all our stores open 7 days a week, 365 days a year, barring all the national holidays. Now coming back to the investment model, आपने 11.5 लाख रुपए का इन्वेस्टमेंट किया, हमने 20 दिन में दुकान बना के रेडी कर दिया. उसके बाद day 1 when we go live, we open the store, and for next 30 days we do the entire cash collection. So let's say एक store पे 2 लाख रुपए का sale हुआ, entire 2 lakh comes into Clear Dekho's bank account. We already have a tie-up with Kotak Mahindra Bank. They visit all our stores and does cash collection on a daily basis from all our stores. We collect all cash payments, card payments. जो card machines है वो भी हमारे लगे होते हैं. So amount is directly credited to our bank account. और month के end में let's say 2 लाख रुपए का collection हुआ, हमने 30,000 which is 15%. Clear देखो charges a commission. We take that. और उसके बाद हम 1.7 lakh rupees we transfer back to the franchisee. अब उसमें क्या क्या cost है? The entire operational cost is borne by the franchisee from that 1.7 lakh rupees. तो हम usually जो rent लेते हैं वो 25-30 हजार से ज़्यादा लेते ही नहीं है. As a thumb rule, we do not take rental beyond 30,000. Our sweet spot is 15 से 25 हजार के बीच में, because we primarily target tier 3, tier 4 cities. So our operational cost is usually very less. Even the optometrists at these locations are not beyond 25k. 20 से 25,000 रुपए में एक optometrist आ जाता है. We usually have one staff at a store, and even if we provide the second staff, it is usually on our payroll. So we send the staff. So उस 1 लाख miscellaneous cost, which includes electricity bill and maybe some of repairs, 1-2 हजार रुपए का पंखा, light, all these things, internet charges, ये सब जाता है. So this is the only cost which goes out of that. Apart from that, हर month कुछ ना कुछ stock आता है. तो let's say आपके 200 piece बिके in a month, तो 200 piece have to be replenished month on month. Otherwise the display will look empty. So we refill that. So whatever that amount we refill, obviously it is coming from the sale. तो अगर sale हो रहा है तभी refill हो रहा है, तो it does not hit the franchisee. So all this cost is recovered, which we call cost of goods sold, and whatever is left after deducting all these expenses is his actual profit. So on an average, अगर 2 लाख रुपए का sale हो रहा है, तो जो franchisee would be able to take home around 50,000 rupees.
So what you're trying to say, 1,70,000 rupees is a sale, and correct me wrong, I will just repeat it for everybody's understanding. 25 to 30,000 is your rent, which would be rent out of this. Then you have another 25,000 for a one-person staff. If extra is there, then obviously you provide that. So it's but fixed cost would become anything which is 55,000. And out of the 1,70,000 which you got, you would have to put back another 50,000 rupees or more for a cost of goods, which means that eventually you will be left with, say, maybe another 50,000-60,000 rupees. Cost of goods is out of 170. What should be the percentage we should take as a cost of goods, Saurabh? Is there a percentage you?
We can take around 25% maximum. It varies from 15 to 25%. Maximum if we take 25%, so we have to take 25% of 2 lakh. 2 lakh was the sale. So 2 lakh ka 25% is around 50,000 rupees, and then you add operational cost, which is 50,000-60,000 rupees, and then there is our commission and maybe some stock gets replenished. So in all 2 lakh mein 1.5 lakh rupees ka kharcha hai. Rest 50,000 is what is pure or net profit which the franchisee takes home for his family.
So when you say out of the 2 lakh rupees gross sales, it's about 25% return on sales, which the franchisee
exactly.
would be. And if I'm giving everybody a clear picture, so it's about 25% is towards the cost of goods. Your operational cost and everything is another 25%. 15% is commission which the company takes, and maybe another 10% which is miscellaneous and other issues, and you are left with 25% on this. And now my question to everybody, to Saurabh from everybody's side is, because now you run 55 stores, can you give some kind of indicated on a top performing store of yours what sales it does and the lowest performing store? So there is a predictability which we can take it to the market, because 55 is a good number to average out and say, if my top was this and my lowest was this, my average store sales across board, what would be that number?
So the average sale across store in a period of 1.5 to 2 years would be 1.5 lakh rupees. Having said that, a lot of our stores which are present in a bit premium location, the ATV would be naturally high there, and we attract few premium audience. So let's say we have couple of stores in Noida, we have couple of stores in couple of stores in Gurgaon. So the ATV of a store in Gurgaon, because we get franchisee requests from a Gurgaon also and from a Bhagalpur also or a Dhanbad also. So Dhanbad में आपका ATV कम रहेगा, तो वहां का जो सेल होगा that will touch around 1.5 lakh rupees monthly. It will start with 70,000-80,000 in first 3 months, and then over a period of 1 year it will reach around 1.5-2 lakh rupees. And if I talk about a store in Gurgaon or a Noida, all these premium locations or state capitals, यहाँ पे the sale on an average would be around 2.5-3 lakh rupees, where the franchisee would easily take home around 80,000-90,000 rupees as profit. और अगर 1.5 लाख रुपए का सेल होता है तो 20-25 हजार रुपए is what franchisee can take home. और अगर 1 लाख रुपए का सेल होता है, so there is nothing which franchisee will take home, but उसके जेब से भी कुछ नहीं जाएगा. So initially for first 3 months we can expect around 1 lakh rupees sale, जहाँ पे ना कुछ जा रहा है ना कुछ आ रहा है, and then eventually over a period of next 9 months he can expect to take home around 25,000 to 50,000 rupees, and by the end of second year he can take home 50,000 rupees. And then क्योंकि ये डॉक्टर का लाइन है, तो डॉक्टर का लाइन क्रेडिबिलिटी से बढ़ता है और विथ टाइम बढ़ता है. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि आप, और क्योंकि ये नीड बेस्ड प्रोडक्ट भी है, तो ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने दुकान खोला तो 100 कस्टमर्स आ जाएंगे. नहीं, जब आपका सर दर्द होगा, जब आपका चश्मा टूटेगा, जब आपका आंख में दर्द होगा, तभी जाएंगे. This is still not a fashion accessories where you will have 10 pairs of chashma. You might have 10 pair of jeans or shirts, but you will not have 10 pair of chashma. Having said that, the beauty of this is we do not get affected by competition or marketing or a current situation where current pandemic situation, because since it is a essential category, तो अगर चश्मा के बिना तो possible ही नहीं है. At after the age of 40 सबको reading glasses चाहिए, and below the age of 40, because every teenager and children are on YouTube and Facebook and all these electronic devices, and digitization is increasing at an alarming rate. So the use of chashma is increasing day by day. So I think this is what I have to say.
So, if we go a little further, and then I'll invite Sonia to take up some questions. In business model, we analyze on 3 aspects overall. What business model you proposed? It is the influences which you have. Obviously, very beautifully told that all the influences are telling that there is a per capita increase of consumption which would continue to rise in India, and we are not even talking about people buying eyewear as a fashion, which is actually globally is now bought. But now, even for a basic necessity, I think we have a big gap in terms of our per capita consumption. But the third part is what I would like to stick to, because most of our investors get a little bit worried at this moment because of what is going on. So they want to invest into businesses which have a lesser risk. So if for reasons, and I'm just putting hypothetically, if the reasons of sales is lower, and franchisee has already invested about 11-12 lakh rupees, and he's not in control of the business, you are in the control. So argumentally, the franchisee would ask, I am not running the shop, you're running the shop, and if the sales is not happening, it's your problem, then my problem. So what would you say if the sales don't happen and revenue doesn't come in? What is an exit strategy or a risk for an investor which you would like to highlight on this?
Okay. So the best part about our investment model is that the entire 100% asset control, the asset is owned by the franchisee himself. For any reason, let's say the store is not performing. So there are two things why a store doesn't perform. One, the product quality is not good, which I would deny. The second problem is the person who is selling at the counter is not very proficient. So the solution is we change the person. We impart more incentive. We do aggressive marketing for that particular stores. We change the optometrist of that store or the sales guy present at the store. And third is the location is not very good where it is not driving enough footfall. So instead of thinking about exit strategies, the solution is relocation of store. I will be very candid that we have shifted couple of our existing stores out of the 55 outlets, and there is no point hiding it. We are very open about it. हमारे कुछ stores नहीं चले, we shifted the location. We moved to a location जिसका facade बड़ा है, which is more approachable, थोड़ा सा front में है. So when we changed that, we saw that the footfall started coming in, and it is nothing to do with the quality of the brand or anything, because it is a need-based product. And in worst case, even if a franchisee, we do a 5-year agreement, and post 5 years, let's say the franchisee wants to exit. The beauty about this is that he still owns the entire 11 lakh, 11.5 लाख में 1,20,000 का तो फ्रेंचाइजी कॉस्ट है, जो ब्रांड फीस है जो हमने लिया. रेस्ट जो भी अमाउंट है 10-10.5 लाख, वो पूरा का पूरा उसके पास एसेट है. He has optical machines, he had modular furniture, he has computer, laptop, printer, inverter, CCTVs, everything is owned by him. So coming back to the point, if he still wants to exit, what we can do is that we can help him sell it or transfer it to another franchisee. This is the support which we can give. I think my power is out. It will come back in 2 minutes. So, sir, did I answer your question?
Yeah, sure. So I'm just trying, because I think a lot of questions would come around, especially in FOCO. We've realized that people, while they find comfort, but they have more anxiety because they are not in the control of the business, and you are in the control of the business. So everybody expects that the company has to look after a certain sales projection. In FOCO, I have realized that a lot of investors are always happy to take even a lesser return, but they want some kind of assurance on the return, and then only the business makes some sense. But now is a good time, because I think a lot of investors, the one they're looking at obviously options which they can create a secondary income for themselves, and all the other asset classes are not creating that income. Your FDs are not giving you same money which it is to give you. Your financial investments are not giving same return. Stock market, property is not giving the same return. So active businesses would give return, but people want maybe lesser return, but they want some kind of a short, so to say, return, at least from a sales performance viewpoint, because everything is done by you. You are the one who's approving their locations. You are the one who's getting it fitted, and obviously getting managing the sales also. So I think a little bit of a responsibility would go back to you on bringing the sales function right, so that the franchisee is able to do that. And more we will able to do and demonstrate happier franchisees, then I think more the success for your brand would continue to grow. So I will like to invite Sonia for her set of questions. Sonia, over to you, please.
Thank you so much, Saurav, for putting that presentation for all our viewers today. I agree. You've put some very interesting statistics on the gap which currently exists in the market. And especially, there's a big lack of excess, which I would say, of affordable branded eyewear. And this is a very big gap in the market today. And the second big is the penetration, which is not beyond, I would say, tier one for organized players, especially, which creates a very big opportunity for players like you. And you've been very vocal about this purpose, and you're living that purpose today. And if you would agree, today, if you see the way the industry is moving, there was a time when just offering an eye examination was enough value proposition for a customer to enter a shop and try to upsell maybe the frames. But today we have many other elements which come along, which is technology, the overall store experience, mobile, one of the important elements, social media, and product, which are very critical and crucial for the growth in this segment, and especially for organized players like you. And if you see today how the channel and the purchasing is happening and how it is happening, where it is happening has changed, and especially the last 2-3 months have given us some very interesting figures. While eyewear was a market where technology, online sales was already happening, today retailers have a very big responsibility of giving that experience of store to an individual. And at the same time, they also need to integrate that in-store omni-channel integration, which has become very, very important, so that the user experience is very cohesive. जहाँ पे product discovery से लेके his entire journey from discovery to the buying of the product is very important. And my question here is, and because you run both the channels, you have online sales, which you do, you also have offline, which is your physical stores, and both these stores are run by you, right? And we talked about the FOCO model, which is run by you, operations are all handled by you. How do you integrate the sales from both these platforms, which is through your online channel and the other through the physical stores? One, how do you do it? And second is my question, what is the visibility of these sales to the franchisee?
So during COVID times is when we thought of combining both the models. Prior to this, these both models coexisted, but they were not interconnected. So when I say they were not interconnected, our e-commerce business is completely different. It is a marketplace, just like Amazon and Flipkart, where numerous sellers list their product. And these sellers are not the franchisee owners who own the retail setup. Now, what we are thinking is, in the coming times, we'll be integrating both the model, where we'll be onboarding our existing franchisee in the e-commerce platform, which already has the other sellers. So this way we can pass on some revenue to them also. To answer Gaurav sir's question that how can we mitigate risk, this is one of the solutions, that we can pass on the online revenue also to the offline partners. And I'll just add a couple of more points, that on the risk part, that we have to understand clear देखो है क्या. Clear देखो 500 रुपए में चश्मा बना के देता है, जो आप लोग बाहर किसी organized player से 2000 का खरीदते हैं. I'm sure Gaurav sir is also wearing chashma, Sonia ma'am, you're also wearing chashma, and I can see by the look of it that you have spent a hefty amount in procuring that. However, as I told you that this is a high margin industry, iska cost price is just 1/10 of what you have paid. So we can play around the margin. मैं easily इसको 50% भी margin drop कर दूं, still I can deliver the same chashma of what Sonia ma'am is wearing at half the cost or half the selling price. So this is the beauty about the model. So that is why we are not short of customers. Customers are ready to explore Clear Dekho because of the online or the omnipresence platform, and because we deliver a good quality at a relatively lower price than what is available in the market. Number two, our operational cost is low. ये सिर्फ ऐसे ही नहीं है. There is a thought behind it. Since we are a budget player and we have understood that this is not a volume game. You have to understand कि ये मॉल में नहीं है, या ये हम एक बहुत हाई मार्केट प्लेस में नहीं होते हैं जहां पे there are thousands of people who come daily. We are present at residence. हम घर के चश्मा प्रोवाइडर बनना चाहते हैं. हर घर में क्लियर देखो का प्रेजेंस होना चाहिए. आई वांट कि इंडिया में जितनी फैमिलीज हैं वो सब ये बोले कि आई वेयर अ क्लियर देखो प्रोडक्ट. सो ये कब होगा? ये तभी होगा व्हेन वी आर प्रेजेंट एट द रेसिडेंट. and 98% जनता जो है वो tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 में है. So we want to be present there, और वहां पे कभी भी एक बड़ा प्रीमियम प्लेयर सर्वाइव ही नहीं कर पाएगा. I'll just give an example. We opened a store in Haridwar, and within a week of opening our store in Haridwar, the one of the biggest player got shut down. And it was nothing to do with Clear देखो. It is just that कि वो सस्टेन ही नहीं कर सकता है, क्योंकि वहां के जो कस्टमर्स है वो महंगा खरीदना ही नहीं चाहते हैं, वो उस स्टोर में घुसने से डरते हैं बिकॉज दे फील कि ये महंगा होगा. And we are offering a similar kind of product at half the price. So one, there is no competition in this space. आप सोचिए, if you can name the players in optical in your fingertips. कितने players ही हैं? We have Lenskart, we have Titan. You cannot name any other player in India. So and it's been, चश्मा 50 साल से 100 साल से लोग पहन रहे हैं. Just imagine कोई player ही नहीं आ पाया है, because obviously there are a lot of bottlenecks, there are entry barriers, it is not a finished good. So ये सारे contributes to the mitigation of risk which Gaurav sir was questioning. यहाँ पे risk ही नहीं है, क्योंकि आपका operational cost कम है, आपका limited footfall I understand, लेकिन क्योंकि हम budget space में pay करते हैं तो there is a huge market. I told you 250 million people के पास तो चश्मा ही नहीं है और उनको चश्मा चाहिए. I was in Jaisalmer the other day, last month I was in Jaisalmer, and I saw a lot of people 40 years and above, and I couldn't find a single chashma, single optical store. It was shocking for me कि वहां के लोग चश्मा बना कैसे रहे हैं, मतलब पहन ही नहीं रहे हैं लोग. So this is the gap which is present in India, and we want to be there. So if we are in Jaisalmer, there is nobody who can beat us. This is what we are trying to, this problem or this gap is where we want to bridge.
I think if sure, stats are right, there is almost one store to every 70,000 people today.
Yeah, it is a shocking data, because we were actually pitching to our investors, foreign investors, and they were asking कि ऐसा क्यों है. तो जैसा मैंने पहले भी कहा था, we have to understand कि इंडिया में 98% जनता is a low earning group. Most of them are daily wage earners. अब मुझे अपने घर में आज अगर मैं कमाऊंगा नहीं तो मेरे घर में मैं बीवी बच्चे को रोटी नहीं दे पाऊंगा. तो मैं जाके अपना डेली काम करूं कि मैं 10 किलोमीटर दूर जाके अपना चश्मा बनाऊं. बिकॉज अगर मैं चश्मा बनाता हूं तो दैट वुड मीन एक दिन का डेली वेज लॉस. सो मुझ में इतनी समझ नहीं है कि मुझे ये नहीं पता चल पा रहा है कि उसके वजह से मैं लॉन्ग रन में अपने फैमिली को कितना इफेक्ट कर पा रहा हूं. एंड प्लस इस इंडस्ट्री में ना अवेयरनेस भी नहीं है. there is not too much of educational programs or awareness programs which is done by, because at the end of the day it is a business, right? So people are happy serving the premium customers in Delhi NCR. वही market बहुत ज़्यादा है. So why do we have to even think about going into tier 3, tier 4? And there is no one actually thinking about them. And that is where Clear Dekho wants to play a huge role. And that is why we are sometimes called a huge impact startup.
Sure. Another question I have, you talked about a lot of focus that you have on tier 2, 3, 4 cities. That's what your target audience is. Would you also be opening in tier 1? Because a lot of tier 1 locations also have spots which are tier 2 or tier 3 kind of locations. Would you be opening locations of Clear Dekho in these cities which are tier 1, but by paying capacity, demographics, they're pretty much by behavior, buying behavior, or the capacity of people to buy would be pretty much 2 or 3 tier? Or we are predominantly a tier 2 and 3 city brand?
It is not like that. We wish to be in tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities. Having said that, we have over 10 stores in Delhi, over 10 stores in Ghaziabad. But let me give an example. I think both of you are from Delhi. You would know. पता नहीं आपने सुना है नहीं. There is a village in Delhi near Sarita Vihar. I'm sure you would have heard Sarita Vihar. But there is a village called Madanpur Khadar. And I'm sure 99% of Delhiites won't even know that. So it is a gaon in Delhi. Similarly, we have Kanpur, we have Devli, we have Nepsarai. So these are predominantly the tier 3, tier 4 location inside Delhi. So even though we are present in Delhi, but we are present in these, which is highly dense, and the per capita income or the buying capacity is pretty low. So we do not say no to an investor who comes from Delhi. However, the opportunity for business to prosper and progress will be much better in a city, let's say in Bihar or Odisha or in remote locations jahan pe there is lack of competition, there is lack of awareness, it is densely populated. क्योंकि Delhi NCR में तो बहुत सारे already optical store हैं. If I give you some another shocking number, there are 1 lakh optical stores in India, which is ruled by Gupta and Sharma of the world, out of which clear देखो के 50 हैं, Lenskart, Titan, all this would not have more than 3,000 stores, or maximum 5,000 आप store ले लो. ये organized player. 95,000 is unorganized. Just imagine the potential. And we keep talking about these premium players. They are not, it is not even a tip of iceberg. We have missed the entire point actually. So Clear Dekho wants to partner with the local optical stores also, and there is another model which we can discuss offline, where we can come up with a model where we can generate some leads for onboarding the local players.
Right. I have this question, rather, one of our viewers, Mr. Maninder Singh, wants to know if an existing retail shop of an eyewear can be taken over and branded as Clear Dekho.
Yes.
Is there a separate business model for that? And if that can be done or not?
That
Because
can
we are
be
converting
done.
the unorganized to organized.
Exactly. That can be done. We have converted 4 or 5 stores in that space in the past also. But obviously, there is a lower capex involved there, and that can be discussed.
And also, I think we need to be very particular, because a lot of stores who would want to convert are also the stores which might not be doing well. So we need to be very sensitive and very particular about the locations and the places or the spots that we want to pick up for conversion. Okay, I think around the FOCO model, because the entire operations would be run by Clear Dekho, people have a lot of questions pertaining to hedging of their risk, because they're not on the driving seat, they're not driving the sales, they don't have any control on the subscribers or the people walking in. Is there a minimum guarantee which Clear Dekho would offer to them? One. Second, because it will take the store some time to optimize the sale, once it opens up. Is there a cooling off period for them, after which the royalties and maybe other expenses would be charged to them?
To answer your first question, we had an MG model earlier. We have stopped it some time back. However, that can be explored case to case. Right now, we do not have at the moment. To come back to the second question, where usually a store takes 3 months to reach a certain level where there is no operational loss. In fact, there are few stores. I remember we opened a store in Kota, and first month it did 2.5 lakh rupees sale. Whereas we opened a store in Delhi, and first month it did only 1 lakh rupees sale. So the profit which the investor took from Kota was 5 times what the other guy took from Delhi. So obviously location plays a mark. So our objective should be to find the best location which is more suited to our business. There's a densely populated population there which can come and visit our store. There should not be too many optical competition. If we are able to find that particular location, then the question what you are answered with no longer will be valid. So and also there is a huge opportunity for someone who owns a shop, because if someone owns the shop, he just has to pay for the bijli bill and the salary, which is a mere 30,000 rupees maximum, and easily a store would start off by doing 1 lakh rupees. So you can imagine the profit he would take by the end of the month. So we can promote such investors.
It's a very valid point, and I think this is a perfect time for landlords, because they are
Exactly.
not tenants that easily, and they don't want to also, because there will be instability in terms of the rentals and so on and so forth. So a lot of landlords would now like to do it. Why they never take that opportunity? Because they don't want to operate the business themselves. They don't have time. They just own the shop. And now, because you are giving an alternative of management, I think it will be a perfect opportunity for landlords to really look this as an opportunity. They have the store, their own shop in their control. They obviously make return on property, and they make return on their investment. So it's a great model for that. And also, Saurabh, I would like to say that, look, while I think we are in a time, and that's why we brought you in this situation. A lot of investors would be ready and would be happy to invest into a business model. So think over it a little bit on how you can hedge their investment risk. So if there is a certain amount of investment risk being hedged, I think a lot of people would like to join, and franchising can be a great way for your expansion into thousands of stores going forward. I also understand that it will also ask a little more, pressure on your balance sheet, and if you take a minimum guarantee and things like that. But if you can bridge something in between, which can give the comfort of people not losing, while they are happy to make small money, but at this stage, everybody's mind is that I should not lose. I should have certain amount of assurance on my safeguarding my investment. So that's something which everybody's mind runs on these days, especially. Yeah. So yeah.
Just one point to what Gaurav sir said. Mitigating risk. Another point I just would like to mention here. Though I would definitely think about how we can mitigate risk and what Clear they can come up with maybe a revised model which will suit and the franchisees. But I just want to bring upon one point here that we have to understand कि जो 10 लाख रुपए का सामान still franchisee owns. So for God forbid if something happens and let's say he wants to move out of India or he wants to just anyways exit, he still owns that 10 lakh ka saman which has a resale value. Now that asset can be bought about and we can help those people transfer it or sell it off to other interested parties because we keep getting a lot of inquiries on a daily basis. So that ways we can help them hedge the risk. So it is ऐसा नहीं है कि वो जो 10 लाख 11 लाख है वो जीरो हो गया, वो जीरो कभी नहीं होगा, थोड़ा सा obviously depreciate होगा, but there is a resale value. So yeah. Sure. Sonia ma'am, you.
I have some people, while they're different locations, people want to know somebody from Kolkata if they can open there. We did address that. We're open to all locations across India. We've talked about our audience. There's one question about the master franchisee. Are we looking at, apart from the unit franchisee, is there a possibility of opening a master where we give the entire area or a region to an individual and he takes care of all the operations and also get further sub-franchisees under him?
There is a master franchisee model, but the operations we would still keep to want to do it ourselves because since it is a niche industry, it needs certain optical expertise. That is why there's a huge entry barrier. If I want to open a shop, I can open an apparel store, I can open a juta ki dukaan, but I cannot open a chashma ki dukaan because you need a certain domain expertise to do that. So master franchisee model है जहाँ पे investment unit into 5 हो जाता है. So 11.5 lakh का जो investment है into 5 कर देते हैं, whatever that amount is, I think 57.5 lakh rupees plus GST is what it accumulates to, and we give them a territory. That territory could be a city, it could be a state, and the person in a year has to open 24 outlets, 2 per month, out of which 5 he has already opened by investing 5 upfront. He has paid 5 for 5. So he has to open 19 more. So and he gets a revenue share from all the stores. So that model can be discussed, and if there are any parties interested, we can get on a call and. So there is a recurring. There is a one-time commission which the master franchisee gets whenever he onboards sub-franchisee, and he also gets a recurring income of every monthly sale which that store does. So it's a very lucrative model for the master franchisee.
But then you also take some obligation at the local level, maybe of training or any other activities.
We do everything. The entire marketing, fabrication, retail management is done by the company. The role of master franchisee is only to open stores. That's it. He has a target. He achieves that target, he keeps getting recurring income.
He works more like a development agent where he builds stores under him and he gets a percentage of all stores which come under him. Now I have a question. We talked about 2 aspects which one of our viewers want to know. The brand is charging a royalty of 15% while they will also make a margin on the products. Why are there 2 costs which are added?
Obviously, there is a margin on product. And on top of that, we have a 15% margin. If I talk about other franchisee model in the eyewear space, the commission is 70-75%. So if they are comparing, or if I wish to answer in this way, we are already the only organized player in the eyewear space which charges so less. So this is the answer. Obviously, there are costs involved. We are not able to sustain by this 15% margin. This margin has been made just to support the franchisees. We are a funded startup, and the break-even would come after a lot of stores. Once we have over 500 stores and we would be touching the 4-digit number, 1000 stores, tab hamara break-even aayega. So till that time, this is just a cost to sustain our expenses. And moreover, this ये जो 15% है, Sonia, I'll just like to answer this. ये जो 15% है, ये मैं नहीं रख रहा हूँ. ये मेरे via it goes back to the marketing of that store actually. It is not that I am keeping that. तो जो भी मुझे मिलता है, let's say 1 लाख रुपए का सेल हुआ, मुझे 15,000 रुपए मिला, वो 15,000 रुपए का मैं मार्केटिंग कर दूंगा उस स्टोर पे. So they should not think, the partners should not think that ये पैसा मैं रख रहा हूँ. This पैसा gets reinvested in that, in their store only.
Okay, if I have to put that together, so this is a percentage which gets invested back in the business to generate more sales, one, and to a certain extent, it also takes care of the management cost, which maybe Clear Dekho would incur while operating these at the local level. And I hope,
and also we give a lot of incentives to the store optometrist and store managers. We have distributed iPhones, we have distributed a lot of things I don't even want to mention. So all this cost, where does it come from? And that is given by the company. We give free movie tickets, we give free holidays, we give this, we give that. So all these earphones and whatnot, these electronic gadgets, power banks. So we keep doing that. That is very important. We run weekend warriors. We run a lot of weekend giveaways, campaigns. हम team बांट के आपस में store को compete कराते हैं. So there is a cost involved in all doing that. Where does it come from? It actually comes from the commission which we get from every store. And in fact, we do a lot of cashback campaigns. For example, pre-COVID, we were doing a 25% flat cashback across all stores in India if you pay via Paytm. Now, who's funding this? Right? अगर आप 1000 रुपए का चश्मा ले रहे हो, 250 रुपए कंपनी फंड कर रहा है. फ्रेंचाइजी को 1000 रुपए मिल रहा है, वो 250 रुपए कंपनी फंड कर रहा है. So all these things have to. Yeah.
These are all absorbed by the company, and the franchisee need not get involved or have any implication on his revenue from a store. Great.
So basically, 15% लेकर उससे ज्यादा ही रिटर्न फ्रेंचाइजी को मिल जाता है. This they should feel. Yeah.
So I think pretty much we have covered all the questions. I don't see any other questions, and some are overlapping. Some have been answered in the presentation. People wanted to understand maybe the breakup, how the unit economic works. So pretty much everything has been answered, but there's some questions which are very specific to the city, which we can take one-on-one post the session between today or tomorrow for your availability, and we can have some people asking for presentations and details, which can also be shared with all our participants on the call.
Or you would also like to share, because you're a funded company, would you like to share with the audience your investor group, which have been part of your company? I mean, it will help for everybody to understand that you are well invested and you have investors which are already there in the business.
We are anyways doing a press release anytime sooner. So we are so I'll just give a background of funds we have raised. Initially, we had raised from Venture Catalyst, which is India's leading accelerator fund. And then there is a Chinese and US based accelerator fund. We had raised fund from that is SOSV MOX. And then in the month of Jan, we have raised 1.5 million, which comes from high elite individuals and fund houses, family fund houses, and some of very renowned names are backing us. So we'll make that public in the press release. So I'm sure everybody would come to know about it very soon.
Any last word, because we will close the session. So Sonia, your side, Saurabh, your side, your last word, what message you want to give it to the audience, and please.
So Clear Dekho is one of the biggest, most comfortable, most lucrative opportunities for all partners to invest in. Number one is we are a FOCO model. आपका कोई भी involvement नहीं है. You can keep enjoying with your family. You can keep working at your own corporates. You can keep running your own business. There is zero involvement. Second, eyewear industry is the only industry right now which is sustaining and prevailing apart from obviously grocery and pharma. So I think at this sweet spot of, I can assure you that ये जो 11 लाख 12 लाख का जो sweet spot investment model है, इस model में you'll find a good FOCO model in a evergreen industry. It will be very hard for you guys to find. So I think this is one of the best investment opportunity, and I would like to connect individually with people who want to partner with us. And thanks Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am for giving me this opportunity for presenting my startup in front of all the investors. In a matter of just 2.5 years, we have opened 55 outlets, and if we are able to crack the code, and I'm sure Franchisee India can help us reach the scale we wish for. As I mentioned, we want to become the largest optical store, and I'm not talking only about in India. We wish to go outside India in times to come. So I think Franchisee India can play a very important and critical role in achieving, in helping us achieve our vision. So and kudos to the Franchisee India team for organizing this, and I'm sure you guys can help a lot of startups and growing retail firms like us to achieve our vision.
Sonia, your remarks.
Thank you so much, Mr. Saurabh Dayal. I also personally feel, there's a major roadblock in sustainable growth of eyewear industry, and there's a stark divide in access to advanced, affordable, and effective eye care solutions, especially in marginalized economies like ours. And Clear Deco is well poised to leverage this opportunity. So we wish you all the best, and I really hope and wish that we are a part of this journey of yours to reach 200 and then subsequently 500 in the next 2 years' time. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Saurabh, you are a great founder, and we've seen you working very, very hard, and that's why we want to bring founders like you to share their viewpoints. And it's very difficult for you to come and compete with large giants, companies like Titan, Lenskart, and even the older players which have been there for years and years in the market. It only takes a great ability. And you've done the critical part, I would call it. It was bringing the business out of ground and really bringing to a 55 store level. I know it would take a lot of hardship from you. So congratulations, keep doing a great work. And we strongly feel that you have a brilliant idea, and reaching even 5,000 stores. Maybe there should be a time where we should interview again with you, maybe next year sometime, or you have maybe 5x of what you have today. And we've seen in our journey of Franchise India, we've seen really those stories and how these businesses become from early stage startups to very sustainable long-time businesses. While the businesses keep changing, equally for our investors, you have an opportunity to partner Saurabh and reach out to him. If you want to reach out and set up some call or a one-to-one discussion, our teams can facilitate. Archana would put her email ID. You can reach out to her, and our team members would work over this week to set up calls. While Saurabh is a busy guy, but we will try to see if he can spare a few hours and take up all your individual one-to-one questions. And also I had discussion with Saurabh. He will, on a case-to-case basis, look at an opportunity if investors at current time want to invest, and how we can give them the comfort of getting at least their hedging their little bit of risk, which is very important to do that. So thank you very much, Saurabh, and final thank you note from you, Archana.
Thank you so much, friends and families who have joined us for this particular webinar. Thank you so much, Saurabh Dayal, for taking out time and speaking about your brand. Thank you so much, Gaurav sir, Sonia ma'am, for sharing all the facts and figures about the industry and about the brand. We have given you information where you can contact Franchise India. Phone numbers are available. I'm just sharing the email ID also. You can be in touch with us on these email ID. You can also reach out to us on our social sites. I'm just putting information in chat tool. So these are the various information through which you can contact Franchise India, and we would love to give you all the services, all the help which we can provide to you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Stay safe. Gaurav, so your voice is you need to activate your audio.
So I saw one message from Anish. I think Anish, we will reach out to you right away if we missed your question. I think he's written that his question is not being taken. Anish Gupta, because I'm not able to locate your question. I've got that you've not been taken your question. So if you can locate his question, because we should not have anybody who stays dissatisfied because his question was not taken.
Sure, Gaurav sir. So we have two participants who wrote to us that Hitesh and Anish that we have not answered their queries. However, even I am not able to figure out.
I have seen Anish's question.
Sure.
Should I take it?
Yeah, please.
So Anish asks, since you are running the shops and training everyone, if the store does not perform, why will a franchisor invest? If you deny the products being at a lower quality, then why determine the first 3 months there will be revenue? So since you are running the shops and training everyone, if the store does not perform, why will? So the question, so Anish Gupta, to answer your question, we assume that since the shop offers a good quality and affordable product, that too in a densely populated area with a shop which has very low rental and a low operational cost, we expect the returns from day one. So 90% केस में आपका ऑपरेशनल कॉस्ट रिकवर हो जाएगा फ्रॉम डे वन. द ओनली रिटेल में एक ही चीज मैटर करता है, विच इज लोकेशन. दैट्स इट. बिकॉज हमारे प्रोडक्ट में कोई कमी नहीं है, हमारे स्टाफ के ट्रेनिंग में कोई कमी नहीं है. अगर स्टाफ गलत नहीं सेल कर पा रहा है, वी ऑलवेज हैव रिप्लेसमेंट. सो दैट ऑल थिंग इज सॉर्टेड. अगर कोई स्टॉक नहीं बिक रहा है तो द स्टॉक कैन बी रिप्लेस्ड. हाउएवर, अगर लोकेशन खराब है, जहां पे विजिबिलिटी नहीं है कस्टमर को, या फिर बहुत अंदर जाकर है, तब फुटफॉल ड्राइव नहीं हो पाता है. इन दैट केस वी ट्राई टू शिफ्ट द लोकेशन. बट फर्स्टली हमें तो लोकेशन ही ऐसा ढूंढना है जो अच्छा हो, प्रोमिनेंट हो, हाई फसाड हो, बड़ा फसाड हो और लोगों को दिखे आराम से. अगर वो आई हॉस्पिटल के पास है, स्कूल के पास है, केमिस्ट के पास है, ग्रोसरी के पास है, तो इट गिव्स एन एडेड एडवांटेज. सो अगर ये होगा, सो यू डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट फर्स्ट 3 months ऑफ रिस्क. I think I have answered his question.
Sure, thank you very much. I think we will reach out to both of them. We organize immediately. And for other listeners also, if you have your question which you feel is still you want more on that, this is the beginning of a dialogue. And as we go along, you can ask as many questions. And we encourage rather our investors that they should do a lot of study on the brand, the founders, their business models, anything you want to ask. Even visit their existing franchisees, existing stores, and then take a maybe informed decision. So thank you very much, all of you.